What's up, friends? I want to share with you today the 3 things you need to do to your outboard motor to make sure it lasts indefinitely, starts first pull every time. What you're looking at here is our 1997 Suzuki outboard, bought new by my father in 1997. He had it for about 15 years, gave it to me about 10 years ago. The same 3 things have been done to it every year, every season, every trip, and as a result, carbs have never been rebuilt. She's never left us stranded. She starts first pull every time. Let's get into it. First one's easy. Has to do with the fuel you're putting in this bad boy. All right, only super, but you already knew that. Stable every single fill up. Doesn't matter if it's the first tank of the season. Doesn't matter if you're sure you're going to use all the fuel by the end of the weekend. When you fill her up, put in super, put in the appropriate amount of stable. That'll make sure your carburetors never get gummed up, especially today. The new gasoline is absolutely terrible. This right here is the single reason the carbs have never been rebuilt in this thing. It's got 3 of them. They each work flawlessly. On to tip 2. All right, now tip 2 might not apply to you if you live inland, but for us here on the coast, it is imperative that if you're using your boat in salt water, before the end of the season, before you winterize it, you put it away, go find a lake and tool her out. Now, I love fishing out of Sandy Hook. That's the Atlantic Ocean, right? That's the little bit right in between Jersey and New York there. Do some fluke fishing. All summer long, salt water, come back, hose it off. But that's not good enough for the motor. You want to run fresh water all the way through there. And yeah, I know you can put the ears on there. That does all right, but I find the best way to make an outboard last that has to be in salt water, last trip of the year, find a lake somewhere. I like Lake Pacong. That's real close to my house here in New Jersey, northern New Jersey. We tool around for a day, washes it off the boat, out of the motor, and you're good to go. I can winterize it with stable, of course, with confidence, knowing in the spring it's not going to be all corroded and junked up in there. On to tip 3. Now, tip number 3 is the most obvious and also the most neglected. It takes some time to inspect your engine to make sure that nothing looks like it's heading out. All right, when we go ahead and winterize our engine, we spray everything here down with this waterproof silicone. Now what that's going to do is prevent corrosion on your linkages here, on everything, man. It's just a good idea. You don't want this stuff starting to get corroded, because once an outboard starts going downhill, well, there's no bringing it back. So you're better off being preventative. So we like to spray everything down here. A little bit of this silicone. It's not going to hurt anything. All right, you're going to have the cover on it, so you don't have to worry about dirt. Check your carbs out. Make sure your linkages all look good. If you got a 2-stroke with an oiling system, it's imperative that you make sure it's working. These two strokes, amateur hour. These 2 strokes with self-oilers, self-oiler goes and you burn the motor up real quick. So you come around, give everything a good look over, once over. Electrical Christmas, I can't talk this morning. Electrical connections, make sure they look good. Come over here, see how your throttles are looking. Oh yeah, look at that, real nice. Now see right in there, this is a place where a lot of them get a bunch of corrosion and you start getting weird issues. Take a little bit of this silicone, make sure everything's sprayed down. It's not going to hurt anything. You're good to go. Now, this motor can be winterized with faith that it's going to run in the summer, or just ready for next weekend to go out. That's it, man. That's all I got for you. It's really very easy. These 3 things that my father taught me, do these every trip, every season, every year, and this outboard will be around for many years to come. It's got 25 years on it now. I'm gonna take it another 25 years, and then maybe I'll hand it down to the executive producer, and she can put it in a museum, because at that point she'll be 50 years old. But it takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of extra investment, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper than buying a new outboard or paying for a sea tow. You ever had to pay to get towed in? I tell you what, who buddy, one time paying that bill, you'll start taking care of your outboard. All right, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment down there in the squawk boxes. Let me know what you do to make sure your boat stays reliable, because there's nothing worse than an unreliable boat. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.